piece of paper contains a gem of information that is going to change your entire life, Mr. Pavan Sarkar. It will be my pleasure to show it to James and watch as that life crumbles like a pack of cards around your head.
Okay, not that it matters very much to me, but what does that fax contain?
Glad you asked, fellow Asian. See, I would have given it to you to read, except then it might not reach James. And we wouldn't want that, would we? See, as it is, I was lucky to be by the machine when it rolled off. Hot off the press, you might say.
If that's another settlement offer from Maxwell Corporation, just tear it up. We're going to win the case.
Maybe. But this is one case you're not going to win.
Chand, if you have a point to make it. Otherwise, hold your silence forever.
This is a fax from India. It has a very interesting message. It says, Pavan Sarkar was...
That's in my name. It's a piece of private property. You have no right to touch it.
Credit me with some intelligence. It's addressed to James, not you. Pavan Sarkar was questioned by the police in connection with a criminal case involving murder during his trip to Bombay. He and some of his friends of his were held for questioning under suspicion of involvement by the Bombay police, and his passport was impounded. The case is still open, and it is possible that he could be called back at any time for further inquiries or charges by the police. Suggest he should be investigated in depth before permitting him to return to full employee status. Sincerely, Marcus Malcolm.
Marcus Malcolm? He's our associate in Karachi.
That's right. Looks like James asked him to ask a couple of questions about your trip to Bombay. You see, it seems that James wanted to make sure that you were telling the truth, that you're not involved in any criminal matters, however remotely. You were telling the truth, weren't you? I mean, you couldn't have lied just to protect your career, your cabin, your 5-figure salary. Would you? You have too much integrity for that.
Dad,
Yes, son?
God made the ocean
Yes.
and the sky
Yes.
and the coconut trees
Yes.
and the crabs.
Yes.
Why did God put so much water in the ocean?
You want to know why he put so much water in the ocean? So we could swim in it.
No.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Really, Mom?
I suppose so.
Wow, then why are we standing here like chickens? Let's go and swim.
Last one in the water is a pajama.
bad dream?
Yeah.
When is this going to end?
I don't know. I really don't know.
You've become a menace, David.
That's me, public menace number one.
Maybe I shouldn't have told you about Aakash Bhandarkar and his friends.
But you did, old buddy. Now you can't undid it.
I was hired to do a simple job.
If you call murder simple.
You've complicated the whole thing. Now, whatever I do gets reported on the front page of every newspaper the next morning.
Face it, Randy, you're a star.
No, I'm not the star. You are the star. Even the police believe that you are behind all this.
You bake the cake, I eat it.
It's causing problems now. My employers don't want your name to be associated with this whole matter.
What's the matter? Afraid if I go down, I might start spilling some names, some nasty secrets, huh, Randy?
When I met you at the bar last time, I told you to stop, didn't I?
Yep.
I told you to stop meeting these people.
Yep.
Then why did you go to meet Varsha Patil and Shama Merchant the very day when that nurse's body was found behind the same building?
You were the one that told me the nurse had found the vial with my fingerprints on it, remember?
But you were just supposed to get it back from her, not murder her on Prithvi Raheja's doorstep.
Ah, shucks, pal. Can't a guy have a little bit of fun once in a while?
David, you're interfering too much in this.
Come on, Randy. I always help you with your cases.
This time it's different, David.
You bet it is.
Then why don't you stop interfering?
You're asking me why? You've known me for a long time, Randy. You know damn well why.
Because those 5 people are involved in your brother's death?
Damn right. You're the one that told me that little gem of information, remember?
I remember.
Come on, what?
You know, David, you always believed that your brother's death wasn't accidental, but murder.
I bet my life on it.
And what would you say if I told you you were right?
Are you joking, Randy? Because I don't like people joking about my brother.
I know someone who was there when your brother died. Someone who saw how it happened.
Who is this guy?
I can't tell you that.
You damn well can.
David, his name is not important. What is important is...
Did he kill my brother?
Listen to me. He saw how your brother died. He saw everything. And he saw the people who were responsible. I know their names. David, I know the names of the people who saw your brother die.
Now, who are these scumbags, man? Give me some names.
Aakash Bhandarkar, Varsha Patil, Prithvi Raheja, Pawan Sarkar, and Shama Merchant.
I know these names.
They were with your brother at the MII.
Okay, I get it.
Where are you going, David?
To kill these 5 guys.
Sit down. Sit down. I only told you this because we are friends.
We'll talk about friendship later. Right now, I'm gonna waste these guys for what they did to my brother.
What's the whole point, David?
What point?
We still don't know how your brother died. We don't know if these 5 got together and killed him, or one of them did, or 3, or 2, or 4.
You just said the 5 of them.
We still have to know how he died, and more importantly, why.
So what do you want me to do?
Nothing.
Nothing?
Nothing.
Are you crazy, man? My brother's death ruined my whole damn life. I mean, it practically wiped out my parents' marriage. It caused my father's first stroke, and it put me under a world of pressure, man.
Listen, David, I have been hired to do a job.
You're gonna kill the guys that killed my brother.
Maybe later, only if it's absolutely necessary.
What about now, man?
I'm going to find out.
Find out what?
Why?
Why?
Why was Jonathan Parker killed?
You remember that?
I also told you that my job was not to kill these 5 people until I found out the complete story of Jonathan's death.
So did you find it yet?
I would have if you had given me a chance to.
Don't give me that crap, Randy. Look, I know you were once a cop and you're still a cop at heart. You want to know how and why as much as I do. But you know what? In the end, these bad guys are going to get away scot-free.
There's no chance of that, David. I promised you that.
Then keep your promise and waste the bastards.
All in good time, David. All in good time.
So you're going to waste the bastards.
Yes. Unfortunately, you won't be there when I do it.
Like I said, you're just another friggin' cop.
I'm sorry, David. I'm just doing my job.
Yeah, sure.
Hold on a minute. Don't shoot this man.
Change your mind again?
Oh, no, he has to die. He's been a big menace. But he has to answer a couple of questions of mine, Mr. David Parker.
Mom, where's my breakfast?
Yeah, my little prince, here's your breakfast. Eat it, okay? What's the problem?
There's not so much sugar.
Have you seen your teeth? That's because you eat too many sweets. Now eat your breakfast.
Cut.
Ayush. Yeah, now eat it before it goes cold. Come on. And now that your dad's here, I'll tell him to take you to Dr. Pinto and get your teeth fixed, okay? Listen, I know you've been having a great time with your dad these last few days. But life is not all fun and games, okay?
Mom,
Yeah?
Dad will stay here with us only, no?
Yes, Ayush.
Never go back to Bombay, no?
Not never. If he has some important work, then he has to go. Otherwise, he's going to be with us in Goa, okay?
Morning, son.
Good morning, Dad.
So what are you eating? Wow, French toast. Looks good.
Want some?
No, you go ahead. You got to build up your strength, right?
There's enough for me.
Okay. Thank you.
Oh,
Now where are you going, Ayush?
I forgot to feed the pigs.
Hope he doesn't need me.
I'm sure he does. Any more bad dreams?
No.
You didn't come back to sleep for a long time?
It usually happens.
Must be too much sun. Yesterday for hours you were floating in the sea.
That was nice. I haven't done that for so long.
I guess there's no point being in Goa unless you enjoy the sun and the sand and the sea.
And the sky?
Yes, Aakash, the sky.
So, did you sleep well?
With you next to me, I sleep like a baby.
But all the things you were doing last night, those were very babyish. Can't believe this. You're blushing? You're married for 6 years and you're blushing? You should be ashamed of yourself.
Why should I be ashamed of myself?
Because you're flirting, that's why.
So I'm flirting with my husband.
That's no excuse.
In fact, my husband's flirting with me. I'm only blushing.
But why are you blushing?
What do you have for breakfast?
What's on the menu?
There's sausages, ham, bacon, stuffed omelets, porridge, half fry.
Can we just settle for coffee?
Coffee's Bombay, no coffee in Goa.
Coffee's coffee. Let's have coffee.
Okay, you can have coffee, but if you have breakfast first.
Is that the rule in this restaurant?
Strict rule.
And what is this restaurant called?
Vinita the Beach Shack. So what'll it be?
What will what be?
Breakfast, Dumbo.
Oh, that.
What else did you think?
I had something else on my mind.
Oh, such as?
Such as, what's for dessert?
Silly. Nobody has dessert after breakfast.
So let's start a new trend.
Okay,
So let's go.
we can't.
Why not?
Because you haven't had breakfast. You don't get dessert till you have breakfast. Oh, but you can have a taste of it now if you like.
You must
Of course, I was talking of dancing.
Of course.
A sigh is just a sigh. The fundamental things apply as time goes by.
Mom, the family's here to see Daddy.
Two lovers woo, they still say I love you. On that you can rely.
Rana Day,
You don't know this man.
take your finger off the trigger.
He's capable of anything, anything.
Rana Day, take your finger off the trigger.
You've heard of the American psychos? Here's a genuine case.
Takes one to know one, huh, Randy?
All right, wait a second. You want to pull the gun on him? Do it. But you shoot when I tell you to.
He wants to shoot me. He wants to shoot me so bad he can almost taste it. Ain't that right, Randy boy? Me and Randy here, we got ourselves a real buddy-buddy friendship. Like Walter Matthau and Jack Lemmon, Blues Brothers, Abbott and Lou, Groucho and Harpo, Stan and Ollie. We're a real classic pair. I mean, they could do a Hindi movie about us, a real action-packed blockbuster. There'd be so much violence in it. Censors would be going at it like Edward Scissorhands.
You are the one who likes violence. You eat fear and terror like normal people eat dal roti.
And you don't.
For me, it's just a job. Strictly professional.
Oh, being a hired gun is like a hairdresser or a cook. Remember that girl at the Lamington Road Hotel? That was one night you were real hungry, Randy. I just was looking for a good time. But you went crazy. You lost it.
She insulted me.
Sure, she insulted you.
She insulted me. She reminded me of someone.
Sure she did.
Someone I did not like very much.
Your wife, whom you found cheating on you with another cop, who you tried to kill but didn't. You know all this, don't you? That was the start of this punk turning from a straight-as-an-arrow cop into a hired gun who takes on any Supari contract just as long as the money's right. Ain't that on the button, Randy?
Shut up, David. Shut up!
Just thought your boss here might want to know what kind of guy you really are. Seeing as how you started this whole ball of yarn by maligning me.
That Lamington Road girl was an exception. I did not mean to kill her.
Did not mean to. You should have seen her. She was on the bed, on the floor, on the wall, on the cupboard, and even a chunk or two on the ceiling. That was one wild night.
David, enough.
Basically, he was trying to do to her what he wanted to do to his wife. Your basic Freudian guilt complex.
Rana Day, just stop this rubbish. I have to ask him some questions. Stop it.
Ask your questions fast. What do you think this is? The last confession before dying?
Yeah.
You can have your demented conversation once I leave.
Before or after he shoots me.
All I want to know is a few white lancers. Is that a problem?
Q&A time. Well, I've got a riddle for you. Riddle me this.
Tell him to shut up.
Shut up, David.
Screw you, Randy. You're not gonna shoot me. If you were gonna shoot me, you would have done it a long time
Tell this
ago.
man to shut up.
Shut up, David. Shut up.
You would have shot me when I brought up that bit about the Lamington Road whore and your wife. And that's why I made up that pseudo-Freudian crap, because I knew you weren't gonna shoot me, man. I knew you were bluffing, so I just made it up. You were just bluffing.
Shut up, both of you! Before I kill you, maniacs!
Don't shout. I can handle him.
What's the matter, Mr. Boss Man? The sight of a little blood make you sick? Right between the toes, man.
That's where I was aiming at.
Good shooting.
Both you guys are maniacs. Crazy people. Insane.
For the kind of money you're paying, only an insane man would take up this assignment.
I'm paying you a fortune, Mr. Rana Day.
The agreement was to kill those 4 people, not all the other people who got killed on the way.
This is no time to renegotiate. I have a meeting in the next 40 minutes.
Then ask your questions fast. Don't insult me again.
Calling you insane was a compliment.
Act too smart, Mr. Piyush, and I might kill you along with this Firangi psycho. at no extra cost.